Ah. Why, hello everyone, it's Dean the Autist here, and I think I'm gonna choose this option. I just kinda stuck with her, I think. I keep wondering that myself, the lack of anything to do better to do, probably. He lets out a hearty laugh, then checks his watch. I really must take my leave now. Tezuka, I'm pleased to see that this little project is going so well. I just stopped by to remind you to not run off by yourself tomorrow. I've invited certain people to the festival for you. Okay, well, let's... No? And I'm sure they'd like to meet you as well. Also, Monday's club meeting is off since I'm going out of town. I guess you kids can do something among yourselves if you want to. He leaves, turning around flamboyantly, then walking off as dramatically as it is possible to walk. What a weird teacher. I'll be off too. See you around, Rin. Holding up a hand, I turn to go up the stairs and to the dorms. Maybe if I can finish reading these books today, the entirety of tomorrow will be free for the festival. Oh boy. If you've never seen Katawa Shoujo, you may be wondering why I'm laughing. The next day, I wake up feeling a little lightheaded. It's almost noon already. Sleeping late is fine, since it's a Sunday and there are no classes. Not just a Sunday, though, but the festival as well. From my window, I could already see some people at the soba booth slinging noodles onto plates for people with a craving for low-quality food. I throw back a handful of my morning meds and ponder how to spend the day. There will be a few exams in the coming week, but I don't consider those as ominous as others, so I'm not as worried about them as I probably should be. With no urgent obligations regarding education, I should be free to spend the day at the festival as I like. Finishing my morning routine, I exit into the hallway, intending to go out and find something to eat. By passing by his door, I decide to see what Kenji's up to today out of impulse. I'm curious if he has any plans since everyone is doing something. Then again, I can picture him having built a soundproof shelter in his room. Or possibly something like a fort complete with the "No Girls Allowed" sign, and with the girls crossed out and a body crudely scrawled underneath it. Actually, hold on. No, skip mode. There you go. Okay. What am I... Hold on. Oh. Text history. What are you going to do? Hold on. No, I can't do it. They'll eat me that... Hold on. The weather is even good. Yesterday was really windy, so I thought today would be cold. It's not, though. So there's no reason to just stay inside. Yeah, I should check the festival out. Kenji groans and covers his face with his hands. No, I can't do it. They'll eat me alive. They'll eat me alive out there. I know it. That has to be a joke. But he said it with such a straight face. Relatively straight. What are you going to do? We should hang out in here. You can help me build my fort. We might still make it if we work together. What am I going to do? I don't have any plans. In hindsight, that's really stupid. Maybe I should have asked a girl out. Then again, all things considered, I don't think I could have done anything like that. It's only my first week. A week that I have wasted being awkward around almost everyone, stumbling all over myself trying to get the hang of this place. Thinking about it, what have I accomplished? Who would I have even asked? Damn, it seems that Kenji is my only realistic option for a date today. This is the most depressing thing that has happened to me since I had a heart attack because a girl confessed her love to me. It can't be helped. I don't know, really. I don't have anything, I guess. But a fort seems a bit excessive. You sure you don't want to go outside? It's not like visitors won't come to the dorms today. He looks thunderstruck by this revelation. Damn, you may have a point. This place is not safe today. We must find somewhere to hide in. He falls silent for a moment, thinking. The roof. What about it? We're going to hide out on the roof for today. It's the perfect place. Nobody ever goes up there. Meet me there in 1 hour. I have to prepare. He slams the door shut, and the locks click closed. Damn, what the hell is wrong with Kenji? And to think I'm now going along with this craziness, it really makes me depressed. I feel like a failure. Once I step outside, the din of the crowd greets me. The whole school is bustling with activity. There are stalls everywhere, and the crowd swarming between them is considerable. I didn't expect the festival would attract so many visitors. I have to admit that the people in charge of decorating the place put a lot of effort into it, and it really shows. People seem to be enjoying themselves, and the atmosphere is colorful, bright, and happy. That is, if I weren't suddenly in such a foul mood. At the moment, it's more annoying than anything else. Well, it can't be helped. I decide to stick with my original plan and eat. Then I guess I have to at least see what Kenji is up to on the roof. I do a slow circle around the grounds to kill some time, looking at the stalls, but not feeling like playing any of the games anymore. The garish colors grind my eyes, and I feel more and more ill by the minute. I can't even decide what I want to eat, and the large selection combined with the masses of energetic festival visitors isn't helping. I just head towards the nearest stall that seems to offer something halfway edible and get in line. It turns out to be noodles. It also turns out to not be very good. Well, at least it's nourishment. It's not like I demand anything else at this point. As I stir my disagreeable noodles, I idly wonder what the others are doing right now. Shizune and Misha are definitely somewhere organizing things. I'd better steer clear of them. I guess they wouldn't forgive me so easily for leaving them alone with this thing. I expect Emmy to be buzzing all over the place at being depressingly cheerful. There's no chance to find her, but no chance to avoid her either, so it doesn't matter. Lily would probably be helping her class with that festival event, and entirely too busy for another's company. Hanako wouldn't want to talk to anyone anyway, either keeping herself or helping Lily. Rin should be tending to her mural, and it's probably being helpful to any hypothetical interested parties. Going there for some peace and quiet seems like the nicest option out of the above, but then again, I can't see having art forced on me raising my mood either, so I'll pass. While I was lost in thought, my food seems to have disappeared, and so has my hunger. I guess I just blocked out the experience of eating, which should be a good thing. Satiated, but unsatisfied, I turn to walk towards the main school building. An hour has almost passed already. The crowd is even thicker in here than it was outside. The hallways are almost unbearable, and I don't even dare to think what's it like inside of the classrooms. I head up the stairs to my destination, the roof. Thankfully, the door at the top isn't locked, but now there's a handwritten sign on it. Off limits. Don't mind if I don't. The festival noise is surprisingly muted up here, and the rooftop looks deserted as expected. Near a place where the cyclone fence has collapsed, there is a pile of blankets that seems oddly out of place. Wait. Did that pile just move a little? That would be strange, as there is no wind at all. I carefully stick my hand out and give it an experimental prod. Ah! Ah! Startled, I jump back. Who is it? God damn it, Kenji, it's me. Oh damn, you scared me, man. So, what are you doing up here? We're having a picnic. What? Yeah, I have blankets, pretzels, and whiskey. This is the ultimate setup, man. Whiskey? Aren't you a bit young to drink alcohol? I'm 20, you know. Okay, that makes the entire Yuko thing way less creepy, okay. You're not. I am, and so are you. What? That's absurd. Hey, at least you get something out of it. All I get is this bottle of whiskey. He's rambling incoherently, but I decide to play along. So, why do you have a bottle of whiskey? My mom couldn't come visit for the festival, so she sent some expensive single malt instead. A likely story. Want some? It's not like I have anything to lose. This day can't possibly get worse. Why not? We sit down on the pile of blankets Kenji apparently dragged up here. He produces an almost full bottle of whiskey and passes it to me. You didn't even bring glasses? Nah, this is not some romantic princess picnic. What the hell, man? This is a manly picnic. No glasses, no napkins, whiskey only. The beverage of true men. Whatever. And pretzels. I take a closer look at the bottle. 12-year-old single malt whiskey, as he said. Shrugging my shoulders, I take a swig. It burns my throat like acid, but the taste isn't unpleasant. I feel it going straight into my head, and the aftertaste lingers in the back of my mouth, craving for another swig. We should outline our counteroffensive and trash talk women here, where they can't hear us. Damn, I forgot to bring my graphs. I decide to play a drinking game with myself every time Kenji mentions female conspiracy, and I'll take a swig. 4 or 5 hours, or possibly several days later. I lost track. You shouldn't feel bad, man. Ease the fuck up. Seriously. I'm so relaxed. God damn it. I'm telling it as I see it. Think about it. When did housing and land start becoming more and more expensive? When women began entering the workforce because it created two-income nuclear families. Yeah, I forgot my graphs, but... And you'll just have to take my word for it. Women are connected to the decay of all of society. I see, that is kind of hard to believe. Even if I say that somehow, everything Kenji says seems to make more sense now. It all fits together, but I don't know if it's because he can explain things more clearly when drunk, or it's because I understand everything better when drunk. No, man, think of the deeper implications. And people could afford to start saying, oh well, since 2 members of the family are now earning money as opposed to 1, they can surely afford something like rising costs of ownership. I see your point, but land in Japan has always been expensive. And the price of land generally goes up when a country starts undergoing industrialization. But no, it's because of women. Correlation equals causation, you know. I thought correlation didn't equal causation. Well, whatever, maybe you're right. I am always right. Yeah, I bet women created industrialization too, to cover their tracks. You know, there's a lot I could say about this, but I think I'm just not gonna say anything. Look, Kenji is right about a lot of things. It's just how he got to the answer that isn't correct. And how diabolical. So yeah, everyone can go fuck themselves. He stands up, impressing me, because I'm fairly sure I couldn't even if I wanted to. He yells extremely loudly, as if he's lost the concept of volume. I wince and almost want to cover my ears. How nice it would have been if I could have been down there, but no, you see, thinking like that is a trap. You think you're missing out on something, but at the end of that road is nothing but despair. Kenji snatches back the bottle and leans back his head, attempting to pour the alcohol into his mouth, but just ends up drenching himself in it. Damn it, see? My aim is terrible, and the bad thing about drinking is that it only gets worse the longer you go. Today is the day of despair. His voice immediately drops to almost a whisper, but he starts talking much faster than before, slightly slurring his words from the whiskey. As he talks, he waves the bottle around, spilling some of it here and there. Yeah, you know what was the most shocking event of my life? I have a hazy recollection of him telling me about the second most shocking event in his life. which was a bird pooping on his head. I don't have particularly great expectations of this, but I nod at him to continue anyway. You wouldn't think it, but I had a girlfriend here once. I think it was last year. Yeah, I just blew your mind, huh? See, I've never told that to anyone. It's true. The thought does blow my mind. Suddenly I want the bottle. I take it from Kenji and knock back as much as I can. I was more innocent back then. I thought she was sane, unlike most women. It was pretty okay, but then immediately following the event, that is the point of all such things, something strange and scary happened. He throws himself against the fence, leaning on it, his eyes narrowed. I start feeling incredibly tired and sleepy. That isn't normal, man. What the fuck? I mean, normally that would be a high-tension, adrenaline-pumping moment of anyone's life, but my energy levels were dropping like a brick. Something sinister was in the works. I could feel it. That's when I know that women are dangerous, sapping the life force of all men through the one commodity that is almost solely theirs to control. Sickening. Yeah, you're better off, dude. Kenji was right. This really is the day of despair. I drink more to avoid having to process what he just said. Now I am the last sane man in an insane world. When other people realize it, there will be a war. A great war between men and the forces of feminism. But the problem is that not all men would fight by my side. Shit sucks. I could set the bar kinda low, any men are fine. But not the dudes raised by their mom or their sister, that's for sure. Look, okay, all I'm gonna say is that, look, as someone that was raised in a single mother household, I understand what Kenji means about the feminist threat more than a lot of other men that lived with both of their parents. Because I've seen what feminism does to, I've seen what feminism does to a home. Feminism destroys homes, it destroys families. Feminism is the problem. So if anything, he should allow those guys in because they know exactly what he's talking about and can understand him far better than the average person that had a good childhood raised by both parents and like think women are like perfect beings. Anyways. And nobody into dick girl porn. That situation seems unlikely to me. Like, it wouldn't happen, like it's not very likely to happen. The alcohol must be working. Regardless, I still feel depressed that I'm up here today. I wasn't really looking forward to the festival with the same excitement as the rest of the school, but still. It would have been nice to have gone with someone. From up here, it certainly sounded like everyone's having fun. Maybe I am missing out. It's just that there was no one I could have gone with. Or maybe there was. So many opportunities looking back on it now, and I must have squandered so many of them. Damn, this is true despair. The worst part is that sometimes I feel like I have no choices in my life, you know? Like I never even have a chance to make a decision, shit just happens. Like it was all pre-programmed, like fate or something. Like there's no way I can have a say in what I do. Quick, ask me a question. Now! I can't really... See? It's just another example of it. Damn, shit, damn. Do you see? Now when I'm trying to go against my destiny and take charge of my life, the opportunity isn't even there. Damn, man, you have failed me. Failed me for the last time. Jerk. He slides to his knees, and then falls over onto his side, lying on the gravel of the roof. Hey, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. Can't you see I'm in despair? He is speaking in a sarcastic tone. Suddenly, Kenji sits up, clumsily pats himself clean, and puts his hand out towards me to reach for the bottle. I put it in his hand. What the hell? Damn, you killed almost the entire bottle. See, it's like I have no options in life. This is how it's going to be for the rest of time. Well, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be like that for the rest of the time. Whatever. whatever he's talking about. My head is spinning. I get up and lean against the fence, hoping it'll help me focus a little. Yeah, I know. We have to fight the power with all we've got. It's the only way to live. You're an alright guy. This brotherly bond is what keeps me going in these dark times. We should go trolling women. Rolling women? What? Trolling women. Trolling for women. But we have to do it now, before I lose this alcohol-related courage. He's gesturing wildly, madly even. Honestly, Kenji would be those type of guys that, what was it? There was a joke, I think it was like a couple years ago, about like, about random dudes just chasing women at night. You know, doing nothing to these women, except for like chasing them and just acting creepy. It's like just to chase them and act creepy, like nothing else. Like, it's my revenge against society, man. He's gesturing wildly, madly even. I take a step backward. He takes a step forward. What's the matter with you? Not in the mood for love? To be frank, no. I take another step backward. He takes another step forward. He leans in, extremely uncomfortably close. What the hell? Stop leaning in like that. It bothers me. Leaning in like what? Hey, you shouldn't lean against a fence like that. It's kind of unsafe. I try to move away from Kenji, but my balance isn't good. Reeling from the dizziness, I grab at one of the fence posts, but then feel it give way as soon as I put my weight on it. This isn't good, though my alcohol-addled brain doesn't seem to be quite capable of registering why. Kenji's face seems to be becoming smaller though, which is a bit of a relief. Much smaller, in fact, and rapidly so. There seems to be a bit of wind now. Somehow, it makes me feel almost weightless. I feel dazed, like my mind has gone blank. I am falling? I can see the night sky as I turn over in the air. The bottle floats out of my fingertips and disappears in the thin air as I fall. I realize that this is a fitting end to a truly, truly bad day. Best ending. Best ending. Manly picnic. Reach Kenji's ending. Best ending. Best ending. So, geez, 20 minutes. I want to do something else with this episode. Oh no, I'll probably, like, look at a bunch of, like, choices I could have made in the prologue. I don't know. I guess I'll look up the flowchart again, because really I only have part of the prologue and Emmy's route for the flowchart. So, I don't know, I guess you could look at the other parts of the flowchart. Let me look at this. So, basically, all right. So, there are multiple ways to get to the deep end, and half of those ways, yeah, like half of those, yeah, looking at it, half of those ways involve Shizune. And then I'm just looking at the rest of this, and yeah, I will have to find some way. Alright, so, yeah, so basically, alright, interesting. So I'm looking at the flowchart for Route 1, and apparently there's like 4 ways to get to the deep end, and the other 2 involve prerequisites to get to Shizune's route. So, anyways, I'm just gonna do the other thing here. Mind your step. I don't really want to talk about it. I'm fine. There's nothing to be worried about. The hill is just surprisingly steep, don't you think? I wonder what they have. I wonder I wonder what they have the school up here high for anyway. Don't we have students in wheelchairs or something? Indeed. Lily's forehead wrinkles in concern, and I don't really want her to have that kind of expression over me. We barely know each other. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Not when you can find a place like this wherever, I guess. But it makes me wonder, what are they thinking? My voice is overly calm. It sounds weird to my own ear, and I speak way too fast. I briefly wonder how much Lily can sense from someone's voice alone. Let's continue. We're almost there anyway. For the rest of the way back to the school, we all remain silent. Okay, so that should lead me into the deep end. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip all that. After after about 10 minutes of restlessly shuffling in her seat and trying to read, Hanako closes her book and leaves too. As I should, since the assignment is all but finished, there is nothing to do in the classroom. Not feeling very energetic, I just go straight to my room and read for the rest of the day. This is what you get for not wanting to open up to anyone, Hizao. Prepare to die, you bitch. Okay, so skip mode. Yeah, it's gonna skip this. I don't think there's gonna be any alterations. Just yeah, we're just skip that. There you go. There you go. Okay. All right. Anyways, what the? Okay, what? Oh, so the image I'm using. Apparently, it covered up the bar on the bottom of the screen that I use. I'm using like Windows 10, so yeah. Basically, extras. Let's see. All right, jukebox. 2 left. Gallery. Okay, well, we got this. Every there's 2 more, so I'm guessing. I don't know if these involve the other routes. They probably do, but those could easily be still part of the prologue. So 5 save. Yeah. Actually, hold on. Yeah, these the pink ones are all H scenes, so that's why. 17 further images. Yeah, library. And completion is 48. You got the deep end, so. Yep. So if I were to guess, this scene after Clouds is the Shizune route, since I guess, yeah, so Hanako. Wait. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm looking at the flow chart. Hanako and Lily are connected. So like, when you go down either of their paths, you're pretty much locked into either of them. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should just. I don't know what to do now because I could, mind you, I could go back and try to obtain a certain route or something, right? And then do that when I'm off of break. Or I could basically just look at the actions in the prologue and see what I want. So, interestingly, Actually, you know what? Why don't I go after the Shizune route? Because, you know, like... Okay, so Hanako and Lily are connected to each other, and they're sort of linked. So, if I want to go all the way back, right, and I try to get all the Shizune scenes, and, you know, go through Shizune's route, then I would just have to worry about going through the game again, just doing all of the choices to get Lily and Hanako's routes, and then just do those last. Which I think sounds like an excellent idea. So basically, alright, let me look at the flow chart real quick. Okay, so it's, I wonder, So looking at the flowchart, asking about the library gave me a point for Hanako and Lily, and I'm guessing because I got both of them either equal or, like, apparently they neutralized the other or something. Basically what happened is that I was not sent onto either the Shizune route or the Hanako/Lily routes. So, basically, the thing I must do here to get the Shizune route is saying no. However, I'm going to ask about the deafness first, so I can just knock it out, because apparently it has no points or anything. Shizune intrigues me, and I kind of want to ask something about her, but I can't really ask about something that personal, can I? I can't come up with anything else to ask, so I just focus on my food, while the girls talk between themselves. Micha and Shizune sign back and forth very animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they're talking about secret girl stuff or something. I quickly noticed a conversation in signs not enough to fill the silence. Okay, so... So I'm going to try to get all of the neutral options at this point, and then I'm going to go back to that choice, and then I'm going to start going down the Shizune route. And of course, it takes a long while. Okay, so basically, so in risk versus reward, alright, so attack gives me a point with Shizune. So, let's play defensively here. It's likely that she's just trying to psych me out. Looking at the board again, I have a pretty good defense setup, and I'm not going to wreck it doing something reckless. A few turns later, I lose the game anyway. Shizune adjusts her glasses in victory and allows herself to tentatively pump up a fist in the air in celebration. Wahaha, Hee-chan, you lost when you allowed me to take North America. Okay, I mean Shi-chan, not me. Getting control of North America is ambitious because it provides a 5-army bonus, but you can attack it from free fronts, so you must defend them all. I thought you'd have more guts. How disappointing. Ambition, Hee-chan. Your play needs to be more daring. Ambition. Ambition. I was really excited when you took South America, but then you switched to playing defensively just because you gained a small advantage. That's no good, Hee-chan. You really don't take enough risks, and when you did, you didn't follow through. That's terrible, Hee-chan. Damn, what's it to her if I played too carefully? There's no need to rub it in my face. I wonder if you'd even be any good for the student council. What's this, reverse psychology? Oh wait, no, not auto mode. Skip. No? You're giving up like that? I expected more of you. Seriously, is Shizune trying to taunt me into joining the council? Besides, I don't even want to join. It's only my second day. I can't make that kind of commitment. I haven't even taken a look at any of the other clubs yet. And these two, they're a little weird. Fine, I'll consider joining the council. But I want to take a look at the clubs before I decide. Really, Hee-chan? You're not just saying that to make us feel better? Yeah, I'm just not sure what I want to. Oh. Okay, Hee-chan, but we're not going to give up easy. You said maybe. There's still a chance you'll come around. Come on, we could really have fun. We could play more Risk, and maybe one day you can beat me unless we graduate before that. That doesn't make me feel any less reluctant about joining you now. Okay. Well, surely you're not that horrible at board games. Maybe we can play a game, then, to give you a handicap. I might have said that just to make you feel better after all. Ah, that's cold, Hee-chan. I take a glance at the clock on the wall, and realize I spent far longer playing Risk than I had expected. Okay. Okay, so, interesting question. Alright, so. Okay, so. Basically what happens is that if you apologize, you get a point with Hanako and Lily. So, since I'm not going to be going down any quote-unquote routes yet, I'm just going to do this. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It's okay. The girl certainly doesn't look like it's okay, but I let it slide. So, do you mind if I sit here? She seems to be a little uncertain whether it's okay or not for me to sit, but finally she nods just a little. Okay. I take the seat next to her, and she hides herself behind her book. Life of Pi. Never heard of it. Okay, so, sorry again for startling you. I'm Azao. She looks up from her book, stalling a little bit before replying. I know. We are in the same class. Her speech is stilted, and so quiet that it's barely audible, even in the still library. I somehow think that my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako. I'm Hanako. I resist the urge to say, that's a nice name, just to have something to say. But really, it's the only thing I can think of. I feel like an idiot. Everyone here must be used to being different to each other, but here I am being all bothered and fussed about that kind of thing. Don't let me interrupt your reading. I'll just check these books if you don't mind. She nods a little, and sighs a little sigh of relief. So I try to read the covers and the instructions of the books I picked, and she buries her face in her book. Uncomfortable silence consumes us. My eyes still wander at her direction, and I sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. After a while, I realize that she's doing the same, and only pretending to be immersed in Life of Pi. Her gaze is not inquisitive at all, though. It darts around like a scared rabbit. When our gazes finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable. She stands up forcefully from the beanbag and takes a deep breath. I gotta go do something. Okay. Nothing. I was just looking for some books, and then I got this fit and ran off. Then she got this fit and ran off. The most offending thing I could think of is that I might have looked at her general direction a few times. Well, she is a very timid girl. You have to be very careful around her. She can be very jumpy, I think. And she's not accustomed to talking with other people. Isn't it a bit strange? I wonder. It's just how she is, I think. Okay. No? Yuko doesn't sound all that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone has their problems, or else they wouldn't be here. But how should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly casually only makes me feel phony. Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Okay. Honestly, so what happens is that yes leads to basically so yes leads to a point for Hanako and Lily. So I'm just gonna say she was. Yeah, cute, I guess. I knew it! There are a lot of cute girls here. A strangely disproportionate amount. I believe this is one of the dark secrets of this school. Tried to warn you, man. But did you listen? Yeah. What to do? Go and talk with Hanako. I feel bad for making her run away yesterday, so I'd better say something. Hey there, Hanako. Hazao? Well, at least she remembers my name. Hey, I just wanted to apologize for yesterday. I didn't mean to startle you or anything. I'm just new here, and I thought I should get to know my classmates. As Hanako looks up at me, I noticed her scarring once more. It's a little bewildering that you can barely notice it from across the room, but it's so noticeable from close up. That's okay. It was my fault. Nah, it wasn't anyone's fault, it just kind of happened. So, are you waiting for someone? I saw you looking at the door before. Yes, Lily. Oh, you mean Lily, the blind girl? Hanako only nods in response. And I can't help but wonder if defining people through their disabilities is a faux pas or the worst kind or just normal here. I guess that explains why Lily took off after her yesterday. She seems like a nice girl. Are you two friends? Yes. As if hoping for Lily to appear, she checks over her shoulder again. I think I'm making her nervous again. I hope I'm not disturbing you right now. No, that's not it. It's just easier if Lily doesn't come here. Oh, because it's hard to get around the classroom? Not really. Hanako's gaze drifts past my shoulder and towards Shizune. Shizune? Hanako nods again. What about her? Don't they get along? Hanako shakes her head. Clearly, this is something she doesn't want to talk about. It does make a strange sort of sense. Shizune and Lily not getting along so well. Communication between the two would be all but impossible. It's hard enough talking to Shizune through Misha, even when you see those hands are talking. Hanako is so focused on Shizune that I'm the first to notice Lily at the door. Oh, she's here now. Hanako spins around to confirm this. Upon seeing Lily, she moves quickly to the door. Lily! Look at her, she's so happy. Hanako. Good morning, is the president here? Yes? Hanako glances over her shoulder at Shizune again, as if to confirm she can't hear them even though it's impossible. I suppose we'd best be off then. Lily's sigh and tone of what seems like frustration makes me raise an eyebrow. I guess there's some kind of enmity between the two. It's intriguing, but that's not really something to ask about. I'm sure if they wanted me to know, then they would tell me. It's only my third day here. I should be trying to make friends, not finding out why people are enemies. Still, it's a little funny to find out that this school has little feuds, just like my old high school. Even if people are more tolerant of others, they're still going to get on each other's nerves. Hey Lily, how are things? I'm sorry I made you run off yesterday. Oh my, is that Hazao? I didn't realize you were here. It seems that Lily is a little embarrassed about being so frank in front of me. Sorry, Lily, I thought you realized. No, it's alright, Hanako. Hazao, please don't worry about yesterday. It was just a misunderstanding. If you say so. Still working this place out. Well then, I think you'll find most people here are a lot more forgiving than elsewhere. If you are feeling a little confused, please don't be afraid to ask questions. Sure, I'll remember that. Lily? Lily gives a small nod of acknowledgement. I'm sorry, Hazao, but we must be off. Hanako really doesn't look all that comfortable here right now, and Lily still seems a little embarrassed. I wonder if my apologies really made any impact. Mind if I accompany you two? You know, I'm kinda pushing it, but Lily hums quietly, still smiling. I'm sure that we could accompany you, can't we, Hanako? Wait, hold on. Okay. Okay, what is going on? I am so confused right now. This was... Sure. Yeah, sorry, I was looking over the flowchart. Then I'm just confused of where I am right now. Lunch evolution theory, so... Okay, both of these lead to the lunch evolution theory. Okay, yeah. To be completely honest, like, this flowchart here has a bunch of numbers, and I keep seeing Shizune and Hanako and Lily all over it, so I'm just gonna keep going. Well then, shall we go? I'm sure Lily wouldn't do this so easily if she saw how scared Hanako looks, but it can't be helped now. Declining after the deal is sealed would only cause confusion and problems. So we leave, all three together. Actually, hold on. I did not read this. Yeah. I was like, did I forget this part of the prologue? I did not forget. Lily walks behind the wall, letting her cane gently tap against it every now and then. Hanako comes along right beside her, so close that she's practically half hugging her as they go. Although, it must make her walking that much harder, Lily takes it in stride. As we turn to the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a steam train. Hanako shrieks a little, and my vision briefly goes black. Ouch. Hazao, what happened? She's not quite up to speed for obvious reasons, but she sounds very worried. More than what the situation deserves, really. Someone bumped into me. Nothing serious, just winded. Sorry, it's my fault. I was just going to get some stuff and I was kind of in a hurry. That someone is here, Emmy, isn't it? That someone here is Emmy, isn't it? The little girl coughs quietly and shovels her plastic or metallic feet, looking down at them before saying anything. Hi, Lily, Hanako. I guess the girls know each other. Do please try to be more careful. You might be sturdy enough to endure these sorts of accidents, but there are people who aren't. The girl blushes and starts to fidget nervously like a little child caught misbehaving. It's so cute I find myself smiling. I know that I gotta go. Teacher will have my head, I promised to help with printouts, but I went running instead. Sorry, but I gotta change and everything. Before any of us can say anything, Emmy has already bolted away, leaving the hallway eerily quiet. Does that kind of thing happen often around here? Hold on. Okay, so we're before the argument. Where on earth am I? Because it says the current scene is meet cute. Huh. I have no idea where I am right now. There are more rules in Yamaku than usual for running in corridors. That rarely stops Emmy, it seems. She shakes her head weakly and offers a slight composed smile. I don't think there's anything we can do to stop her, I'm afraid. Shall we be off then? Lily heads off along the hallway, and Hanako hurries after her. The route to the room the two use for tea is fairly simple to retrace, being still fresh in my mind from yesterday. Lily and Hanako quickly go about the business of making lunch. Before I could even open my small bag of food, Lily's busying herself with her thermos and tea bags as Hanako is setting out both of their lunch boxes. So, is this what you meant by coming here almost every day? Yes, Hanako and I usually have lunch here. It suits both of us, so we ended up using this room regularly. After seeing Hanako's reactions to me over the past couple of days, I can understand why that is a boon. That and Lily being able to get some quiet away from her class as well. I take my seat last, after Lily's poured the tea for us and sits down. The more time I spend with these two girls, the more I think they're a perfect foil to Misha and Shizune. Even without a voice, Shizune is direct and brash, and Misha seems to get along with everyone. On the other hand, Lily is so soft-spoken and relaxed, while Hanako seems to be the shyest girl I've ever met. So, how are you faring in Yamaku, Hazao? You seemed a bit flustered before. Apart from getting lost every now and then, and being crash-talked outside my classroom, fine, I guess. You looked pretty hurt before. Are you really okay? For a brief moment, I consider telling Hanako and Lily about my condition. Then again, I hold it back. I can't tell why, but for some reason, I feel uncomfortable talking about it to these relative strangers, even if they have been pretty friendly. Yeah, it's nothing. I was just a bit startled. Judging from the two girls' expressions, I don't think that they're buying it. But in what I assume is their way of respecting my privacy, they don't press the matter. I guess that is one of the unwritten rules around here. Don't ask. Even if people's conditions are obvious, like Hanako's, there's still bound to be a story involved. Everyone has things they don't feel comfortable speaking about, and I think everyone here recognizes that. So, how long have you been in school? Okay, SIP Part 1. Where am I? Okay, SIP Part 2 is already when I'll be locked into that route, and that's after the argument. And where am I? Okay, that's an interesting question. Anyways. So, how long have you been in this school? You both seem to know your way around pretty well. Well, I've been here since the start of high school, but only moved into the dormitories a year ago. Hanako joined at the start of high school as well, and moved into the dormitories when she did, if memory served me right. That's right, since high school. So you've known each other since then? Since I moved, yes. Hanako lives next door to me, so it's only natural, right? Right. Yeah, of course. Living next to someone is probably reason enough to befriend them, though I'm guessing that Lily's blindness played a part in it as well. I can't imagine Hanako easily making friends with someone who has to deliberately avoid looking at her scars. With the immediate conversation dried up, we start to eat our lunch. It isn't long before the bells are signaling the end of the break. Like me, the girls pack up their lunches as efficiently as they set them out. I guess I better be off. Are you going to go with Hizao, Hanako? Hanako looks up at me, and for a second I can see that she's considering skipping class, maybe just to avoid walking to the classroom with me. Yes? I don't know what to think of it. Hanako really is delicate, to the point of breaking if looked at in the wrong way. It makes me a bit nervous too, but I push the feeling aside, trying to be as natural as I can. We should hurry then. Class has already started by the sound of it. Lily gives a nod of farewell as she bends down to take her cane. Hanako and I filing out before her. We walk quickly down the empty halls to our respective classes. As we reach the door to Lily's 3-2 classroom, she turns towards me. Hizao, thank you for sharing lunch with us today. My pleasure, Lily. And with that, we part ways, Lily entering her classroom and leaving Hanako and me to make off to our own. She's still looking like she wants to run away. So, do you really want to go back to class now? Yes. Okay, then. I feel like I should say something more to her, but it's hard to come up with anything that would be appropriate and safe enough. And Lily was right. The more time we spend out there, the more explaining we have to do. I open the rear door to the class and walk in. The teacher looks up to me and opens his mouth to say something. However, as Hanako follows me in and closes the door, he simply nods to us and continues his lecture. This is the third time that Hanako has had her truancy practically ignored. There's definitely something going on here. We make our way to our seats, and I notice that Misha and Shizune are both missing as well. I wonder if it's some form of informal agreement with the staff, or if it's a perk afforded to the unique students at this school. Trying to make as little disturbance as I can, I extract the relevant textbooks from my bag and start catching up. Class goes on quietly. The teacher seems like an okay person, despite the... Alright. So yeah, I'm going to skip until we reach the argument, because apparently... Oh, hold on. Let's look at this. Alright, so. Let's say maybe. Maybe, I know, I mean, he gives me a nasty sort of look when I say that, making me try to take back the word. I mean, I don't know, I'm still trying to get used to the school. I promise to try, though. You're not being very convincing here, Hazao. Tip number 1. Medical professionals are not amused if you take their advice lightly. What's up with them? As if a day or two could make that much of a difference. I didn't do anything at the hospital either. Yeah, okay, sorry. He studies me for a moment, and then shrugs, smiling again. Okay, that's more like it. If you go to the school track tomorrow morning, you'll meet my spy, who probably has no qualms with offering consultation to you if you want to jog a bit. Consultation? So yeah. Seems a bit stupid to me, really. But I suppose this way at least I can tell the nurse honestly that I'm doing something about my health. Not that I was ever much of a runner to begin with. Can't hurt to try, I guess. Okay, let me skip this real quick. Frankly, I don't remember if there's any particular form of running, but I can't help but feel like I'm doing it wrong somehow. I feel awkward in comparison to Emmy, who never seems to break stride. I don't think I want to do this anymore. I'm not really feeling up to more than a couple of laps a day, and is slow to walk pretty quickly. Emmy keeps running and doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me a second time. She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my own somewhat gasping demeanor. Okay. Apart from feeling more tired than before, I don't think I accomplished anything today. I'm so out of shape, it's embarrassing. This whole thing might have been a waste of time. I'll find some other way. Alright, let's skip this. Alright, so basically what am I doing? I'm trying to choose all of the options I did not choose before. And so basically, let me... Honestly, it's already about an hour. So basically what's going to happen is that... Yeah, let's go back here. So basically, I have done pretty much most of what I wanted to do at this point. So basically, extras. Again, still to return, gallery, blank. You know, I didn't get any CGs or anything like that, but let's check the library. 49%, right? So, apparently I got the scene Meet Cute and Sit Part 1. Which, to me, is kind of strange, but anyway. So basically, what I'm gonna do is... I'm going to... Next episode, which will probably be after my break. Or, you know what? I could continue, but what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go back to that first decision and to make every decision about Shizune. And with that, and looking at the flowchart here, right? If I do go down Shizune's, right? There are multiple scenes I can do in between. So apparently there's a scene called Home Field Advantage and Slow Recovery in Act 1, which I could both use to go down into Shizune's arc. However, both of those, both Home Field Advantage and Slow Recovery, both of those scenes, what both of them do is that both of them can also go into the deep end. So that's something I'll be doing later. So, have a nice time. It's been Dean the Autist. Thank you for watching.